Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm your host, Alana Hayes, and welcome back to this week's episode of The Block Party. And the block is hot this week, y'all. First, American icon Alex Trebek has unfortunately passed away at the age of 80. He passed away Sunday morning after battling stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Trebek is survived by his wife, Jean, whom he married in 1990, and his 3 children. He will be dearly missed. And if you are like me, you were raised on Jeopardy, and this death definitely took you out of nowhere. So our thoughts and prayers are with his family at this time, and we wish them the best. Our next topic, Chicago rapper King Von was killed Friday, November 6th during an early morning gunfire exchange outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. A suspect has been arrested and charged in his murder. 22-year-old Timothy Leaks is in police custody while still at Grady Hospital in Atlanta, where he is receiving treatment for a gunshot wound, according to the Atlanta Police Department. Our thoughts and prayers are also with his children and his former girlfriend, Asian Doll. And we hope to see justice served within this case, because originally everybody was talking about the police shot him, but now we're learning it was somebody else. And what I'm most hoping is not going to happen is there's not going to be any more gang rivalry shootings in this, because I feel like America sees way, way, way too many deaths already, especially in the year 2020. And I feel like we just need to be able to put our differences aside. And I get it. That's the op. Y'all are rivals. You know, it's supposed to be on site. But at the same time, you need to remember, one, you're in a public place. There more than likely weren't kids there, but there have been rappers that have been shot in broad daylight, like a rapper named Duck. He got shot outside of a Chanel store. You know, there were probably children or at least teenagers around, and that's going to traumatize other people too. You have to remember, these people have families. King Von is survived by 3 children, and they're all very young children. So when bouts of violence like this happen, I know there's some people like, oh, well, he was in a gang, it was gonna happen. It didn't have to happen. Now there are 3 children that are not gonna have a father in their life. They could probably have a father figure, but that will not be the same as them having their father, ever. There is no way possible that somebody can replace your daddy. No matter how you feel about your actual birth father, there's nobody that can replace your daddy. And I hope that justice is served in this case, and I hope that everybody around him that knew him and loved him gets the closure and everything that they need in their life. Our next topic, Dr. Dre and his wife keep making headlines with their very, 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 very messy divorce. In the months since confirming their divorce, the estranged couple has made headlines over abuse allegations, a prenuptial dispute, alleged embezzlement on Nicole's half, and a multi-million-dollar spousal support request also on Nicole's behalf. But this week, Nicole has reportedly filed legal documents in an attempt to find out if Dr. Dre has fathered any children outside of their marriage with any of the alleged mistresses. At this point, Nicole is trying to get as much money as possible, which I understand. You need to be set up for life. But at this point, she's just grabbing at thin air. She is looking for literally anything imaginable. That way she can get as much money as possible. And in the state of California, even though he cheated, it's not gonna hold up in court. And yes, I know that sounds really weird, but if you look up the laws, cheating as like a means of why the relationship ends, it's not gonna get her more money. Her lawyer even said that, so she doesn't understand why she's trying to do this. But that's up to her. And the news of this request also comes after it's revealed that Nicole is trying to subpoena 3 of Dre's alleged mistresses. I don't know what she thinks she's going to get out of that. Maybe it's just making her feel better at this point. But all 3 of them are trying to stay out of this, and for good reason, because this is a very public breakup, and it's getting very messy. And you're throwing their names into this, and for what? Yeah, they knew he was married. He also knew he was married. You need to be trying to take this out on your cheating husband, not on those 3 women, because they didn't do anything. And from what we know, they don't have children. You need to just focus on yourself, sweetheart. I promise you. Because it's just going to get messier and messier, and y'all have kids involved. Whether they be grown or teenagers, this is still affecting them, especially considering your breakup is just so public. Because y'all are very, very public figures. Everybody knows who Dr. Dre is. Everybody knows Beats by Dre. Everybody knows NWA. He's a very public figure. And the messier this goes out and like the harder you try to fight, you're just going to make it look worse. Especially considering he is already trying to get you for embezzlement. I really would step back on what I'm trying to do to him just because he's already got embezzlement and he can put you in jail for that. And not to mention, let's talk about that spousal support request she asked for. Why did she need $1 million, first of all? And why, when she broke that down, why was emails on there? Does it cost anybody to send an email? It didn't cost me any money to send an email. So she made a bunch of ridiculous requests to Dr. Dre. I can just see why they're getting divorced because that was ridiculous. Now, like travel fees and stuff to help support a business, you have that, I understand, but an email, sis, really? An email. Yahoo is free. Gmail is free. Literally any place you can send an email is free. And if there's just like some rich people or celebrity emailing website that you have to pay for, just be like the common folk, as y'all would probably put it, and get a free email. Like, that's not hard, bro. On to our next topic. Lori Harvey is reportedly facing 2 years of probation following a hit and run incident in Beverly Hills. While Steve Harvey's 23-year-old stepdaughter previously maintained her innocence over both misdemeanor offenses, she recently agreed to a plea deal. She was charged with 1 count of hit and run resulting in property damage stemming from a collision in October and another count of resisting, delaying, and obstructing a peace officer. Lori allegedly walked away from the scene of the crime after she slammed her Mercedes G-Wagon into a parked car and caused the vehicle to flip on its side. She was dragged from the car and was seen trying to stumble away from the incident. And she's just lucky she got 2 years because hit and runs are a very serious offense. And it seems to be a common theme within celebrities to have hit and run incidents. Because I remember when I was younger, Halle Berry had a hit and run incident, but I think she actually hit a person. So, and you just never see celebrities get really, really harsh punishments. And I know to some people, 2 years of probation may seem really harsh. That's just making sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. And she's not just like in and out of jail. So this isn't really like a harsh punishment per se. And considering nobody else was involved in the accident, just another car, it didn't really need to be harsher than that, but you just kind of see a common theme with celebrities. And I'm just happy she owned up to it, if we're being honest, because I know most celebrities be like, nah, I didn't do it. That wasn't me. I don't know whose car that is. I've never seen that car a day in my life. I just came out here and I saw what was happening. But I like that she actually stayed around and was just like, hey, I did it. I know that I did it. And there was no excuse for it, especially considering sources are saying that this incident was caused by texting and driving, which we have been against for years for many reasons. Oprah had an entire campaign against this. And I know Steve Harvey and Oprah know each other. So I know she knows about the campaign. Just don't text and drive. It's not that hard. I promise you, if it's something important, it is not more important than your life or somebody else's life. It can wait. I promise you. Because there is no need for there to be this many accidents in America as a result of texting and driving, because I promise you, whatever some little boy or some little girl texts you, it can wait until you get to your destination. Or at least to a stop sign. Like, if you're going to text while you're still technically driving, at least let it be at a stop sign. That way, you're not going to hurt anybody. On to our next topic. City Girls are making a Cookie Talk remix with Lil Wayne, Quavo, and Jack Harlow. And I just want to know, why do these female rappers keep making female anthems? and like women empowerment anthems. And then they're like, yeah, we're going to do a remix. And everybody's so excited. And then they tell us it's nothing but a bunch of men. That makes no sense to me. Because, first of all, look at the title of the song. All the people on this remix, except for the City Girls, they do not have the part to be talking about it talks, you know? Like, you can talk about, you know, having relations, sure. But if they were going to do a remix, they should have kept Doja on there. And if they wanted a man, they should have got Saucy Santana. Because let me tell you, Saucy Santana and City Girls Live, first of all, it's already hilarious. And first of all, he already told y'all it's Killer Cat around here. So if you're going to have a dude, you need to have a dude that has Santana's type of energy. And quite frankly, Sweetie did the same thing with the Tap In remix. Trash, whack, I didn't like it. You need to have women on songs like this, especially considering it's pertaining to women and it's pertaining to a woman's body. You need to have women on a women empowerment anthem. It just makes sense. It makes the most logical sense. Quite frankly, she should have had Megan. She could have had Mulatto. They could have had literally anybody. They could have had Sweetie. They could have had Cash Doll. Shoot, I would have even been okay with Asian Doll. Why do rappers feel like they need to have men in order to do successful on a remix? They could have even got Nicki. I know Nicki would have dropped a verse for them. Like, come on now. Come on. They are already very successful female rappers. They're a successful group. The song is already very successful. And I assure you, this song, it has the potential to be successful, but I feel like it would have been even more successful if all the rap girls would have collaborated together. And that's just something you don't really see a lot. You don't see large amounts of rap girls collaborating together like you would in like the 90s. Like Lil' Kim, she had a song with at least 5 other rappers. She had one with Missy Elliott. She had one with Left Eye. Like, you just don't see the rap girls wanting to mix business together as much anymore. And I think that's really sad, considering how great songs like this could be. That's why things like the Savage remix with Beyonce or the Say So remix with Nicki Minaj are so successful, because it was women working with other women on an anthem that was about women. And our last topic for today, Dave Chappelle has made headlines with his appearance on SNL last week. Chappelle served up a biting monologue that highlights 2020, including coronavirus and the rage and tension the country has felt. Chappelle said Trump's special treatment while he was ill was like taking a bag of burgers to a homeless shelter, eating it in front of them, and saying, "Don't let hunger dictate your life," mimicking the president's infamous tweet after his recovery when he told Americans not to fear COVID or let it dominate their life. Chappelle also had something to say about anti-maskers, which I will give you a trigger warning now. It's a little out there, but if you know Dave Chappelle, if you've ever seen the Dave Chappelle show or a Dave Chappelle skit, or you've seen Dave Chappelle on SNL in 2016, you know he does not hold back. He does not hold his tongue, and he does not care what you think. He said, y'all are comfortable wearing masks to Klan rallies, but not to Walmart. Why not just wear your Klan mask into the Walmart and make everybody feel safer? And Chappelle says those who don't want to wear masks because it's oppressive should try wearing the mask that he's been wearing all these years. That was a very deep sentiment, and I feel bad that Dave Chappelle even had to say, I can't make a point without having a punchline attached to it. That's showing, one, how sensitive we've become as a nation, which is a good and a bad thing. Like, we should be able to have conversations about this without everybody feeling uncomfortable. But at the same time, there needs to be like a little bit of a boundary. But he put this amazingly in the way I feel. I feel like he did this amazingly. Just because I know how he is. He's very unfiltered. He does not care what you think about what he said. And I just feel like you really can't talk about anything serious, because everybody's going to have an opinion on it. And because everybody has an opinion on this, and what he said wasn't wrong. You think having a mask on is oppressive? Try being Black in America for even half a day, especially being Black in America in the South. Try it. You don't even have to do anything. There was a boy in Mississippi that was lynched the other day. He wasn't doing anything. It was actually scarily close to Emmett Till. The exact same thing happened to that boy. And it's 2020. I really think we need more comedians like Dave Chappelle who are going to tell you the truth instead of trying to sugarcoat it and just make you laugh. Yeah, he'll still make you laugh, but he's going to make you face a very harsh truth about America. And he also pointed out things are not going to instantly be fixed under Joe Biden. And I think people don't realize that we know this. We know things are not instantly going to be fixed because there's a lot of stuff in America that can't be fixed under a president. The underlying tones of racism and discrimination in this country cannot be fixed by a president. We need a deep clean of America at this point, because there's no way that, one, that many people should be behind somebody who is openly for racism and for a division of America. So much to where they are out in the streets talking about, oh, we're going to kill people of color. Oh, we're going to kill LGBTQ members. For what? It's a presidential election. It is not the end of the world. I promise you. Especially enough to where you're talking about killing people. What is it going to do besides put blood on your hands and on your conscience? It's not going to get Trump in office. What is it going to do? It's just going to satisfy some urge you probably always had to kill somebody. But what after that, what's it going to do besides get you in jail? Think about it. It's not going to do anything for you. And it's not going to do anything except separate somebody from their loved ones. And people are always mad at like comedians or actors like Dave Chappelle because they tell the truth. And the truth is always a very uncomfortable thing. And that's okay. You can't live in comfort. We can't have change in America without being uncomfortable. Well, that's all we have time for today. If you would like to see more, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at MUTV23 or go to our website, mutv.missouri.edu. Thank you for watching.